So a few last thoughts and words of warning in terms of using scatter plots, correlation, and regression line. One area that you want to be careful in is in ecology research. A lot of times what the numbers you're looking at are averages for a list of groups rather than individual values for each subject or person in your research. So the issue with that is that averages tend to be very consistent and closely clumped together in value, whereas individual values for individual people are very spread out and can be very inconsistent. So it's important to make sure you know what those numbers are really representing so that you're making a really informed decision based on a correct understanding of that data. As always, correlation does not equal causation. So no matter how strong the correlation, it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get cause and effect. To get cause and effect, you have to have an experiment and it has to have certain properties. And we're going to look at that in the next unit. So we'll find out exactly what that is soon. Even if you do have causation, though, it might not be the only or whole reason for the correlation or relationship. There could be other variables that are significantly contributing to that relationship. So you do want to be careful with that. If you're not able to do an experiment and usually that happens for ethical issues, like you can't tell somebody they need to smoke a carton of cigarettes a day to see if that causes lung cancer, then you kind of have to do a little more nuanced work to establish that cause and effect. So it starts out with you do need to have a strong and consistent association. So you do need that strong correlation coefficient. But then other things you'd want to consider are higher doses. Are they associated with stronger responses? So for example, if you're giving someone pain medication, is more pain medication actually providing better pain relief? The alleged cause precedes the effect in time. So if I said that your SAT score could predict your grades in junior high, that's not going to work because they're backwards. Right? So your junior high scores came first. And then that cause needs to be plausible. It needs to be something that seems realistic in the real world. So correlation and regression are fantastic and powerful tools, but the one thing you do want to be careful with is when you really do have cause and effect and when you don't. All right, so that wraps up chapter 5. You can go ahead and scan the guided notes and upload those. The homework is ready for you to work on, and then the quiz as well. You do have a discussion board for Unit 2, and this is on a scatter plot. Make sure that not only have you posted, but you responded to another student in the class. And then you have an exam coming up, and that exam is very similar in format to the first one. So you'll have about 40% of the test is multiple choice, so maybe about 20 questions or so. You'll have a written and technology part, and then the same as before, that note card is extra credit. So if you make a note card for this unit, you don't get to use it on this test. You will get to use it on the final, and you'll be really happy that you have those note cards already ready to go for the final. All right, so I will see you back here for Unit 3 before too long.